in. Beef with all the girls. Bullshit dripping off the chin.
Anything to the table, bro. I'm not your son, see I'm able. I do my own bits, limited edition on some missing classic shit. I know that you're feeling it. Feel mad, cold nights feel heavy. Same place, going in the heart of the city. Nitty gritty feels iffy and the eyes feel shifty. The shit we're in, yo, it's all mad risky.
All night long, but the feel keeps taking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin. All night long, but the feeling keeps kicking in. Beef with all the girls, bullshit dripping off the chin.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Promo Observer. I'm Dr. Quack, and tonight we're going to be talking about Bwo Promomania. And of course, I can't do this on my own. I do have actually one of the Promo Observers with us. I do have the Bwo heavyweight champion himself, Iceman Bobby Miller.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. What's good, everybody?
What
I
is
made
going
it.
on?
I made it. I made it out of it. We're going to talk about it, but spoiler alert, I made it.
Jesus. Oh, we got some other people that's going to talk about it too. Oh, let me introduce them here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the general manager of the Bwo, Mr. Don Krypton.
Very interesting. You did make it. I didn't realize how much of a spoiler this would be. So now we have to evaluate how we do some things. So what's going on, Quack? What's the good word?
What is going on? Oh, and also, in the back, we've got the greatest announcer arguably in the game today, DB Greatness.
It's just DB.
Oh, okay, just DB. No
DB.
greatness there. Damn.
Just DB.
Oh, okay.
DB. Oh, last but not least, don't let me forget this guy. We'll just call him the Menace.
It's actually DB.
Yeah, that's also DB. Also DB too.
Oh shit!
Hilarious.
We got it. Get
That cup, Don.
Listen. Gotta watch the product, right? Gotta watch the product.
Oh, we got everybody in the audience tonight. Well, we're going to talk about night one and night two. And the first match, we'll talk about night one, I guess. We'll start this off. The Talk Your Shit Championship, Vagabond and Lit Fuse. But look, it ain't just us here because we got one more person here. I'm going to let him talk.
TYS title match. Motherfucking blowout. And it kind of makes me feel like I should understand why Vagabond has never really made it to the heights that I always expected Vagabond to make it to, because at some point in time, Vagabond just has himself spread out over all of these different federations, and then it's starting to show. But if there's one point where you should bring your 1,000%, if in the BWO, at BWO Promomania, when you're defending the TYS title, which used to be prestigious until recently. But I don't want to take all the steam and all everything away from Lit. Lit was just that. Lit's promo was great, and I look forward to seeing what he does as the TYS champion. Hopefully he holds on to that bitch for a long time, because I think we need more of this. Smarkamania was off to a great start at that point.
Thoughts?
As far as the TYS prestige, you know, I did in character make a reference to that in my promo, you know, that we'll talk about later. But in actuality, it's where it's supposed to be now, in a sense. It's where we envisioned it being. It was just, we had motherfuckers that was supposed to be in the main event holding it for so long that, you know, it got kind of elevated. I mean, that's the reason why Ramboa has the longest TYS reign of all time. Let's be real, because the motherfucker should have been in the main event picture long time ago.
Yeah.
Same
It
with
got
me.
that way
when I had
because
the
of-
record at first.
Got that way because of you.
It did, and that's
You
because
wish-
I was the first. But I was the first champion.
It was the
and
first,
that
yeah.
was when
No,
I was a rookie.
I'm not
as
even
well.
talking about. I'm not even talking about that reign. You came down. There was this handsome, stoic rookie
Oh yeah, that guy.
who was just fucking killing everybody,
Yeah.
fucking making a name for himself, elevating and moving on up to the main event. Wasn't there, moving on up, and then former BWO champ was just like, let me ruin this.
I was
And
barely BWO champ at that point.
huh?
I was barely BWO champ at that point. That's when I
A
got
reign's a
cashed
reign,
in.
Bobby.
A reign is a reign, Bobby.
And
I
that's
wasn't
coming
even
from the
sure that I
former
was gonna
foundation
beat you.
champion. A reign is a reign.
Yeah.
If we're talking out of character, I wasn't even sure that I was gonna beat you for real.
Yeah.
I had to I'm so competitive. I had to, which I've done which I did against AT too. I had to fucking go against my storyline at the time.
Yeah.
And kind of end it a little early and try to still make it make sense so that I can have a chance to beat you. There was no way I was beating you as the nice guy, voice of the people.
Voice of the people, yeah.
There was no way I was gonna beat you.
I feel like until Alpha beat A-List, I was the last mid-card guy at the time to hold that title. And then it was just all made. It was Bobby, then fucking Bones, then Ramboa, then DB. It was literally all main event guys for fucking 2 years.
I kind of put myself there though. I needed to redeem myself though after the Bobby loss.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah, I
you
needed that.
And wasn't nobody else gonna beat Ramboa.
Exactly.
Unless one of us came down and did it.
Once Rambo whooped my ass, and I had no idea that was coming the way it was coming.
Yeah.
Once Rambo whooped my ass, I had to reevaluate some things. So now I'm the GM, making sure things aren't blown up.
Yeah.
But
I
wasn't
Lit Fuse. So perfect. He was up until that point. Like I had faith in them. Don't get me wrong. But he hadn't got that one like, oh shit, because yes, absolutely, that match against HNIC was good for sure, but he whooped Vagabond's ass. Like honestly, that I'm one of them people that says I think a lot of promos get scored too highly. That was not one of them. That was a perfectly scored promo. What is this old bitch doing here? He came in here and whooped ass. Speaking of mid carders, look who's in the comments.
He definitely lost to the Smarks too. So what you gonna do?
Sure did.
Yeah. It's a tough thing because Vagabond's my boy. Vagabond will always be my boy, and I believe in him. Like I believe in everybody more than they believe in themselves.
Joe Hendry.
Do you think he rushed that promo?
Well, no, I have said this numerous times to everybody, even the people that are on this show. Like you can't blow your load before it's time for the big show. Like, and everybody's stretched so thin. Before we were just contained in the BWO, but now everybody's spreading out, which is not a bad problem. But you almost have to slot yourself in certain ways so you can give all your energy in the right cases.
Man, look at that.
Vagabond was stretched out even before the containment breach, so
Yeah.
he's never been able to give 110% here to the BWO, but he has days where he's 99%.
Yes, exactly.
I haven't, crazy enough, Vagabond's one of the people I have never beaten yet.
Really?
Crazy work. So
I don't think he was going to beat. I didn't think he was going to beat Fuse. Fuse was too hot after that HNIC match. Vagabond could have brought.
He came through cold.
He could have brought more, and he still wasn't gonna win.
This is the most words I've seen Hollywood say in about 3 months.
Yeah, because his dick gets hard whenever I'm on the screen.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
Which is crazy. He's got to do that because that old motherfucker's not getting it hard any other way.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the thoughts of Jay the Minister alone, not of the Promo Observer or of the BWO or of BXT brand.
Have all of us.
Thank you.
Those are just the words of Jay.
That's why I told you motherfuckers to put Lit Fuse in that match. I knew he was gonna show up.
It was coming. Being real. If I shouldn't have lost the A-list, but that's another story.
Yeah.
But I thought Lit Fuse was going to be the one to come for the title anyway. Like, it was just over. It was.
Oh yeah, coming. You were gonna see them smart guys.
Yeah, I knew they were next.
You're gonna eventually see them.
I knew they were on the way. I thought one of them were going to be the one. But it was almost predetermined. It was coming.
Yeah.
The way stuff is looking, you might have one of them sooner or later.
This is also true.
Yeah.
That's a segue to the next match.
Yeah, let's get to that next match here. Buckshot, Mac Millie, and Alpha AJ Davis. Let's see what Bones has got to say.
More eye roll action. Another smart squash match. The Alpha was pretty default here. Solid 80% promo, I would give it. Somewhere in there. Like, it was okay. It was boring as shit, but it was okay. Then you have Buckshot. Buckshot basically saying, hey, I'm a bitch, but I show up for a whole fucking promo. Bro, don't do that. Like, the insults you gave to yourself were about as bad as the insults Mac Millie threw at you. You were your biggest out tonight. So do not start a promo and make the entire promo the basis being, I may not be able to do this well. I may not feel like doing this, but I'll show up anyway because I never no show. That's pretty much all you did was show up. Literally. You didn't theoretically or metaphorically show up at all. But you were there. You had in the promo. And as a judge, as a member of the BW Pro Council, and as a person in the Promo Observer, next time just don't fucking show up. I would rather you no show.
I mean, to be nice, let me go ahead and get my nice comment out for Buckshot, because I have not a lot of nice things to say. Number one, the mac and cheese thing. I'm not gonna lie, I did cackle a little bit at that. Like, that could have worked, but that's it. That's where the line stops. The rest was hot garbage, and I'm just being real. And I love the kid to death too.
It's crazy because
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that these guys, like, it went as we thought it would go, but there was no reason for it to happen.
Yeah.
And knowing that, Alpha trying to flesh out his character in the GOP, and it's working out really well, but he has to actually press the gas on it. That's the only issue. He has to press the gas. He has to actually cross the limits that he says he can cross.
Yeah.
Buckshot, just don't show up. You just come on for 3 minutes about, I don't want to be here. Okay, then don't be here. Get the fuck on. And
it wasn't
that Undertaker gimmick from Mac Millie, the Undertaker shit that he put, he had to have done this out for 2-3 weeks.
Yes.
He put a lot of effort, time into it. So yes, absolutely, the smart guys are legit.
And it wasn't even that Buckshot came on there and said that he didn't no show. It was that he came on there and said, you know, I don't give a fuck about the BWO for real. And it's like, what are you doing, man?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, the only reason we put him on the show for real was because we were trying to pay off promo verse Y storyline of him coming back, and
Yeah.
so I thought he was gonna have a little bit of fire behind him or whatever, and then him and Mac Millie was jaw jacking anyway. So I was like, "Fuck it, put him in the match, let him come back at Promomania, let it be the story." But by the end of the summer, we gonna have Buckshot. Okay,
here, nigga, what?
But Buckshot just set himself up. He probably just lined up about 3-4 more losses, because if anybody just quotes him from that match, what? Like, it's in 4K, nigga. You got caught. Like,
4K.
you gave the next 3-4 opponents all the ammo they need to fucking bury you.
Perfectly.
Mark my words. By the end of the summer, Buckshot will at least be palatable.
That's been the same thing we said for like 3 years now.
Not for 3 years.
I can't anymore. I can't hope anymore. Like, I'm trying my best.
He's just not reaching.
Give him one last shot.
And
we gonna make him digest.
He's no longer my rival. And Alpha didn't seem like he really cared either. And
I got this.
See,
he cared more.
Yeah, yes. Matt. Yeah, but that was Mac Millie. That was Mac's match to lose. Like, the match, I don't think there's much more to add to that match.
And I'm liking.
Just watch the product. I'm gonna get him right.
I am liking Alpha's character change. He does have a sense of motivation, but he just trailed off. Like, you just started trailing off into nothing land. And I'm like, bro, you're still in it. Like, it's good to establish the character. That's what you use hypes for. That is why there are promo slots to build. And then when it's match time, that is the end. That is the attack using that character that you built. All right. Yeah. That's why you utilize the different options of slots that are
that
available.
Works for people who watch the product. I don't know if that works for the judges all the time, but that's another story entirely.
I got a question, man. What happened to Alpha, man? Is he became Mr. Hughes? Like, is he the bodyguard for everybody?
He's Jerome from Morris Day.
He's supposed to be like the Secret Service for the GOP.
Yeah, he's Secret Service.
Like, I just see him like he's in the back of everybody's promo, and then like I occasionally see him out on screen. I'm like, all right, now we get a promo out of him.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're interested though. See, that's the good part. That's the good thing. But you gotta.
Why is AJ here? What's his story? Let's go look at his promo now. Yeah.
But now when it's match time, you gotta go to the next step.
Up.
Yeah.
I think us talking about that, we gave more effort than 2 of the 3 people in that match.
Ding.
We could kind of move on from it, because that was a squash for real.
I just have to say, Mac Millie's he's got a lot of he's really ascending this year, and I feel like he's still there's some things that he could work on, and I can't say that just yet, because I want him to figure it out, because people have to figure it out. They have to figure out that mode that works. But
I don't really want to talk about that match, Haywood. No, I don't really want. I'm going to get angry. All right, we're going to move on here. We're going to move on to this tag.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Haywood.
This main event here was awesome. Let me just play
if you're not commenting on Promomania, then shut up.
This tag team match carried the night. No fault to the Smarks. It's been Smarkamania. The Smarks carried the night. There was a clear difference between, like, this was not a squash match, but it was definitively a win for the Smarks. The Smarks promo was on another level compared to everybody else's. The promo from ATM, it felt like just some default shit. Fortunately for them, their default shit is good, but they needed to do something extra to get over that hump against the Smarks, honestly. And then the champions, who were very much in last place in this promo battle. I hate to admit it, but I have to be non-biased on the Promo Observer, so I hate to admit it, but Franklin Benjamin was the one who carried that entire promo, which also lets me down when you're dealing with a veteran like Don Krypton. My thing about that is, The problem wasn't so much that Don Krypton sucked. It was that this style of promo did not fit Don Krypton. It fit Franklin Benjamin. Franklin Benjamin could turn up his delivery to fit that type. But it just felt like two different matches, and it felt like Don was lazy. Not that he was, but his delivery felt lazy because you had to compare his delivery to the style and the flow of the promo, and it just didn't fit in.
One thing I know Bones to be, of all the names that have called him that are derogatory, one thing's Bones is not is a liar.
Yeah, that's
Everything Bones said is the truth. So
I didn't even think about that, but that kind of answered exactly how I felt watching that match. Like that kind of hit the nail on the head. Even though story wise, like the stuff you're saying was interesting, but just right, the tone was not his vibe, and sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of time. I was extremely busy, so
Yeah.
I definitely didn't show up. And like I couldn't re-record it because I got immediately busy again. I had like 15 minutes to do
Yeah.
all of that and fucked it up. But also,
Wait, your life ain't promo? What are you talking about?
but also,
This
at
shit
the
is
same
real.
time,
Real to me, damn it.
It's real.
at the same time, I have to actually really be angry and hate somebody to get to that level.
Yeah.
It's like I can't do it for fake. I tried. I did my best, but no, I agree with the outcome of the match for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll speak from me and AT. What I had I was not able to give AT the same level of effort that he deserved, purely for the fact that I knew what I had planned for night 2, and it would have been so easy to give that up. Now, mind you, the people in the match wouldn't know that because they would be watching it live, like everybody else. But I felt, after rewatching it, I remember turning it in. I remember being in the chat like, I'm not really that proud of that promo. I feel like we out-talked everybody, but I think it's more than just that. It's more than just your words. I do think we noticeably out-talked the other two teams. I think we had harder bars, but the Smarks, they have a level of cohesion that even me and AT don't have at this moment. Like, from the story-wise perspective and from just being in different time zones and just kind of it's real reminiscent of what Don and Ramboa had. There's that familiarity with each other and just being able to like sit down in the same room. And like if I were to do a tag team with DB, it'd probably be great because I know DB more than the majority of y'all outside of this. But with Don and Franklin Benjamin, I like the group. I like the idea. I like the concept. I don't think the gimmicks match. That's me. That's from the outside looking in. I don't think the gimmicks match where Don fits in perfect with the Mayhem, where Don fits in perfect with the Pillars. I think it's Tommy. I think Franklin Benjamin and Don, there's enough, like that'd probably be a great battle, them two, but the team thing, every single time I watch a GOP, everybody else, Don is noticeably the odd man out. It is, and I mean that in a good way because I'm not the biggest fan of the GOP. It's a good group, but like you're too cool for that group. I'm just gonna be honest. Like if this was wrestling and I look at it that way with a lot of shit, Dom would be the first person to go. It'd probably be Triple P next. DB, story-wise, DB coming in and being like the leader would almost be like, oh shit, and that kind of almost carries back to a story from the BWO that we don't talk about no more. But DB fits into that group in a evil genius way that I just don't
had a Mayhem though.
Yeah, I just don't think Don fits. Don, I think it's about that time story-wise that Don starts separating because I think the GOP is holding Don back. That's just me. I truly stand on that.
Thing is, GOP is just really kicking in the gear for real. So it's kind of too early for Don to really break off from it. They really kicking in the gear. I like GOP. I
don't dislike him, but I think Don's more of a threat by himself or away from that group. And Don, I feel like both of them go farther separate.
I understand what Don is doing with GOP. I understand Don's role. I understand why GOP is even a thing. I like not even like character wise, but just the whole thing. Period. I get it. I know exactly what he's doing. And
Yeah,
he feed me. All right. They'll be all right.
Triple P, man. Triple P is like the RVD for the ECW, WCW bit. I like Triple P, man. He won me over.
No, you're yeah. I'm
intentionally weird. Like, hey,
no, I'm with you.
He's the face in that Hill group.
I am with you. Yeah, on that exactly. I think the same thing.
No,
Yeah,
And I got like 15. I got like 20 more minutes before I got to roll out. So that's all I got on that match.
I love the tag match. Tag match was great. I felt like everybody did. It's like with ATM, they just always will feel like a makeshift tag team, like one of those cases where it's just two main eventers all of a sudden. Right. Can they coexist? That's just all. It will always have those vibes to me. So
like it's good. It's 110%.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just two A-listers, not a tag team.
Yeah.
Our story makes sense for us to lose. It makes sense. I've said in our chats a couple times, I stand on this. There's not a lot of stories that have been going longer than me and ATs. You have to watch back to 3 years now.
Day one, since both of y'all came out.
Yeah, and it would have looked bad. It would have looked worse for the other two teams to lose that match than it would look good for us to win that match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's a changing of the guard, smart psychology coming in here? Do you think they're going to run the place now?
I will just say, just coming from the way that the BWO has worked, it's their time, because every year it's the new school rolling in, and whoever's the new big group, and it's their turn. So we'll see how it goes down, because we had the Pillars, then we had Mayhem, we had Earn It era, freaking the Golden era. Like that's just kind of how the next stage of the BWO goes. So,
yeah,
I hope they do.
Yeah.
And they how can I put it? Just keep an eye out on them. I'll just say that.
At least one of them is going to be a BWO champ.
Yes.
They got
at least one of them.
It's a slight indictment on the BXT roster, because they're the youngest ones there. They're the newest people to join. It's a slight indictment on them to get there.
Those three,
they got some other stuff up their sleeve. They be talking to me about ideas. They coming.
Those three, them two from the Smarks and Lifeless, and the three that's running BXT right now. Yeah. They got that other third nigga in the group, and he just kind of beat it. He kind of just there. He need to prove something.
His name. We know his name. That's it.
Yeah, he need to prove himself, or he gonna get kicked out like Booker T from the NWO.
And we're moving on here. No holds barred match. Beast Mode Bones. Franklin Benjamin. What's Bones got to say?
Boy, I beat that boy ass. Let me tell you something. I'm very impressed. Also, because this is the Promo Observer, I have to be non-biased, whether or not I hate that bitch. I am very fucking impressed by the promo that Franklin Benjamin turned in. I feel like Franklin Benjamin might have got robbed. I don't know if I'll say that he beat me, but I feel like it was a tie. Honestly, God truth. Even though I hate him, I had to be honest about the skill and talent level. I feel like I would give it a tie, or if I won, I won by one. This was the closest. It was a good match. I feel like he was robbed. I feel like the judge who gave him a 4 in delivery was out his fucking mind, because the delivery was perfect. I get how you could compare his PvP to my real PvPs and think it's not good enough, but I feel like you shouldn't be grading it compared to the PvP. You should be grading it on its own merit. Therefore, I feel like he kind of got fucked on that. He should at least tie with me. At best, won. Like, at worst, he should have lost me by one.
No, I agree.
He just said all three possible outcomes. At best, he should have won. At normal, he should have tied. And at worst, he should have lost. Yeah, nigga, that's how everything.
when the one who got scored, the one who won says that I should have lost is like, oh, okay, it's very clear and obvious. You know, it's just,
I don't agree. I might be the only one of the five of us.
yeah.
I don't think it. The problem is, I was talking with someone about this. The PPP is what shackled him.
Yeah.
The PPP is becoming the Montreal screwjob of the promo verse, where it's like, bro, you'll never be able to do it as good, and it's impossible to not compare.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to. And with the original PPP, that piece of shit MC Gas got his ass whooped because Bones did not like him.
That was real. The
And so
original
you cannot go.
real.
When Rambo tried it against Bones, it was not good. That was one of Rambo's few fucking flubs. You have to aim for somebody's heart, and it's kind of like one of those, like, none of the shit that he said to me I think would hurt Bones in real life. All the shit that Bones said to MC Gas would have tried to fight. None of the shit that Franklin Benjamin said to Bones, I think Bones would have. I mean, I'm the only person in the fucking promoverse that thinks that Bones actually won that match.
Only because we know Bones. To the viewer, you saying that stuff, it felt personal. If you don't know Bones, and you sitting there calling him a crack baby, and his daddy was on crack, and you know what I'm saying? All that
felt like
shit.
fake anger.
Because it was. Because it was.
Only because we backstage and we know what's
No, I don't think so. Look at Frank when Franklin Benjamin talks about the Smarks, and then look at that promo against Bones, and tell me you can't tell the difference. When Charlotte's throwing real fucking forearms.
I will tell you, Quack. I don't know if you realize, like, even though I put the shows together, I don't watch the promos until I'm live. Yeah, live watching. So I can give my honest reaction. And watching that, and even knowing, it still felt harder than Bones did, because even Bones felt like he didn't really hate him. Like, that's like, and I know this because we did this. Me and him literally did this feud for like a year where people legit thought we hated each other. And we played it well, to the point where people were messaging each other in group chats like, "Oh crap, DB's gonna be here, Bones. I hope you're okay with it." Like, and then we revealed that we're cool. But it just, even with Bones, I just felt like I've seen him go harder. I've seen it a little better. So that's why I agree. Franklin edged him just by a little bit. And just because I felt like that stuff did hit. It was crazy. It was just crazy. And that's going by my honest reaction.
Yeah, I thought it was a tie. I thought it was a tie myself. But
it was close. Just edge.
Gun to my head, if we had to do like half points and I had to choose a winner, gun to my head, I think I would have chose Franklin Benjamin.
I would have chose him. Just by a little bit.
Yeah. That was his best promo I've seen from him. I'm a Franklin Benjamin fan now. I wasn't not a fan. I was kind of, he felt too formulaic. Now that we know that level's there, like, I'm a fan.
You can lock in.
Typical BWO judging. What's foundation judging? Not watching the whole fucking match? Whatever.
Yeah.
Or the hype, you know. The ones that they dock us points for, but they don't actually watch.
Hey,
I'm just tired of him winning.
Both companies.
I'm just tired of this guy winning. So no.
Please.
Oh boy.
Both of y'all calm the fuck down, okay? We're not doing this here.
We need a new champ. I'm bored.
No.
Hey, you want to give that disclaimer again?
What was the second? Oh, the second match. Oh, we know the next match.
Oh yeah, here now let's get into that. Yeah, Pure Shooter Championship. Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, Doc ripped out AEP. Here you go, folks.
Do you see how ridiculous this video looks, AEP? All the other judges let you get away with it. I was the one. I'll admit that I was the judge on all these matches, except my own. I was the one who shitted on you for not turning your phone fucking sideways. Your shit was entertaining. It was classic AEP. I laughed, but if you had your phone sideways, I would have thought you respected the game enough, and I would have gave you more fucking points. Turn your fucking phone sideways. Don Krypton, that shit was pretty good.
Let me tell you.
We can still see us on the screen.
Fucking Troy Mason about to jump up in here like, I loved it.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, I'm the biggest AEP fan. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I'm the biggest AEP fan on this planet.
Oh, Jesus.
His stuff is severely underrated because he believes his own stuff like 100%. And man, the little nigga. Anytime he says little nigga, no offense to your show, I don't know what the rules are. If we can say the
No, go ahead. There ain't no rules.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. When he says little nigga, I cannot help but laugh. It is the funniest thing. And then
no, he be legit because when I be in his DMs asking for the promos, he be like, "Here, little nigga."
Yeah, it is the funniest thing. Now, and the fact that EA says Don Krypton is beating his meat all the time.
Listen here, you little nigga. I want my fucking championship. Eating your meat for no reason.
I can't with it.
Look here, little nigga.
Oh my God. See, that's why he should have won, in my opinion.
Maybe he would have won if he didn't have it in portrait mode.
Oh.
Look, if I need a new tag team partner, I need AEP, damn it.
Oh my God. It's the funniest. I laugh the most at his promos. That's just how it is.
I'm a team with AEP before I retire, especially because he right here in Little Rock.
Oh, you have
with
to.
AEP before I retire.
You have to.
He did not win the match. He did not win the match, but he won our hearts.
He forever. And then
he's like 6'4", man. You're gonna stand up to his waist, man.
And what was it? He, I guess Don Krypton just watches soap operas, right?
Get up here, little nigga.
Shut up.
No. Okay, let me just see if I can follow through. So Don Krypton watches soap operas, right? I was like, wait. How did we get here?
You need a tag partner.
Yeah, you want to read that? Go ahead.
Oh my God!
If you need a tag partner, you can eat these nuts, Haywood. If I needed a tag partner, I'd be better off going in 1 versus 2 than having you.
Hey, Haywood, shut up. We're talking AEP. Anyway, yeah. If he turned his phone sideways, it would have instantly got him like an extra 50 points, in my opinion, just from the sheer ridiculousness. Like that's what I want Pure Shooter title to be. I do think Don Krypton is too big for the title now.
Yes, it is.
Move up.
Fuck it. So. AEP's promos are just watching Adult Swim at 11 o'clock at night.
Love it. I literally and did we notice that his promo was like 5 minutes and something?
It was long as hell. Like I'm like, what are you saying?
It was so
it's within the time limit.
Where AEP,
time frame.
I don't know if he's watching this. The one thing I just got to say, he does it. Every promo he goes just like 30 seconds too long. Just
he does.
He'll say his catchphrase and then he'll keep going. I'm like, oh, that was a good. Oh, okay. Well, and Don whipped his ass.
He's trying to catch that time limit, you know.
Yeah.
He's used to all these other E-Feds, and a lot of E-Fedders do that. Like they don't understand that the time limit is just a limit. You can't go past it, but if you say enough, you can go under it. You'll be all right. I promise you will.
Yeah, you don't have to always reach it.
With your big ass titties.
Big fat balloons.
Little
big balloons.
Big balloons.
Dangerous man.
Me and my little nigga Bobby is a tag team.
Man, I called him that one time and he took it, and I'm so proud of him for that. Like I said, he's the most dangerous man of all promo. Like it's shit.
Because he can cut you with a haymaker.
Yeah.
I got you.
You definitely want to be his. You definitely want him to be your friend if you go to prison. But
oh my God.
Yeah, he didn't win this match.
I don't care. I love AEP. He could have just won for the sheer ridiculousness, but yeah, he needs to work on it. Like I'm gonna send him. I really need to send him.
That's right.
I need to send him a light.
Pomo.
Let me tell you.
Oh man.
I gotta send AEP a light, and then he's gotta turn his phone sideways. Like he's gonna be lethal then. Like,
Bro, what?
All right. Let's get on to this main event here.
Yeah, exactly what Few said. AP got them hands.
yeah,
AP got them hands. He could pull hot catfish out the grease and flip
it. It's done.
Yeah, this
oh
shit.
My God.
Most dangerous catfish in the store.
Don didn't even have to say nothing about the damn match.
No, it's last but not. Yeah, Don's too big for the title.
Okay,
it's
so
time.
Even if I'm too big for it, no, he gets his ass sent back to BXT because he knows better than to put in a fucking portrait mode promo. That's all I got to say about it. He knows better.
There we go. Main event, the 100 match, the battle of the 100s. Iceman Bobby Miller, JD Ace, DB Greatness, and the villain Trevor Robinson. Here's Bones.
This was the greatest match I have ever watched. Of all the hours I've watched promos since 2019, of every single promotion I've ever watched, Foundation, WGP, PPA, PDA, FTW, all the fucking letters, there has never, and I mean ever, been a better match than this one. You could have took any two of these promos and not had the other two, and this would have been a great match. Everybody's promo was so motherfucking fire. Now, to be fair, 3 of these promos were perfect, right? I graded them perfect. To be fair, DB's promo was great. We have to know that DB's promo was great, but DB's promo was not perfect. DB's promo felt like it was on a different level than these other 3. I like the fact that now when you get a tie, you get a tie. There's nothing to muck up the waters. We know that there was a tie, therefore Bobby retains. But how great was this fucking match? Like, Trev pulling off everybody. Trev made everybody diss themselves and one other person in a circle and had them do all the work for him. He circle jerked them. And it was perfect. It was so many things in there I feel like everybody didn't even get that I got. Or like I feel like there were things I didn't get that other people got. Same can be said about Bobby's promo too. Not that he circle jerked them, but there are things in there I feel like I got that nobody else would get. But I feel like there were things that other people would get that nobody else would get that I didn't get or whatever. And then Jay the Ace, man, he just brought the story full circle. He also brought the story full circle in an entertaining way, Bobby. So don't get mad about the fact that you did it and it wasn't that entertaining. It was super entertaining the way he did it. And that's all I have to say.
Bones tells no lies. The one thing I do want to say about that is that if there was no video involved with this at all, if there was no video, oh my God, they're still talking about AEP's hands. All right. If there was no video involved with this promo at all, DB would have won. DB's storytelling was that much better. Not a whole lot, but that much better that he would have won if it was just audio. Everybody else's artwork that they put into their video, I think, won over a little bit. So that's my only thoughts on that. Everybody else was this was the greatest match of all time, and it wouldn't have been complete without DB.
I gotta take a shot to y'all.
Who gave that toddler alcohol?
Yo.
All right, fine. I'll get a drink too. Hold on.
I gotta take a shot to that match, man. Y'all fucking.
I don't drink anymore.
My voice was gone for 2 days after doing that promo because I knew that you motherfuckers was gonna make me work.
Oh shit!
And for the record, me and DB is the same fucking height.
I don't believe it.
DB sitting down, you standing up.
5'10". I'm not. Shut the fuck up.
That's not true.
Bobby wearing his shirt from
right
school
here.
earlier.
Like 5'10" and 3/4, if that makes any difference.
All right, wait. Take another shot. Cheers. Hold on.
Cheers.
All right, here we go.
Cheers. Drink another one for me, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
me,
I forgot you don't drink anymore, DB. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah, I don't. But no, y'all can drink all day. It's just personal. Um, I again, I loved it. Love the batch. You know. Anyway,
Now, AT.
anyway. Um, I got a lot of conflicted because it's me. It just in my eyes, of course, I see my work completely different than other people, and I
Foolish, you do know that DB just joined the Geo. Never mind. Continue.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. So I see it completely different than other people, but I do got to give Trev credit because few people can do like an accurate impression of me. Like that's the thing that impressed me the most. He got my cadence and just my mannerisms down, and I had to message him after. I was like, "You killed it!" Like that's a rare thing. Like no one can really replicate my voice. Like that's the tough part. But to get my mannerisms down, I was like, okay. I was like, that was damn good. That was damn good. In my opinion, I still thought Bobby was a clear winner just from. I didn't see his coming the way that he did it. I didn't see his theme coming the way that he did it. And
You didn't see Captain Planet out there.
I didn't see that. I did not see that coming. Like it did catch me from left field. And with Jay's promo, which I've messaged him separately, there was one big thing that he missed that probably would have taken that match. Like, is that it wasn't abundantly clear. It's like if you were paying attention, you got it, but you could have easily missed where he was going the whole time without that little note. Like, hey, I'm not any of those guys. Why are you doing this to me? And you're like, no, this is you. Boom. Like that would have just blew up everyone's brains. But I also look
I
at
feel like that was the point of his message. He wanted to
you did it
he wanted to make it seem like it was everybody else and all of that, and then at the end he wanted that twist at the end with it to make everybody go, oh, that's what he was doing.
Well, I just mean from when the camera cut over to him beating himself up. Like he kind of gave a nothing line in that. Like that was the only thing. Other than that, again, damn good. Every like everybody said, greatest match. Honestly, it's just I can't say anything else other than that. I hate that one out of the promos wasn't on the level, and it's gonna keep me up at night. But that's just kind of how I operate. So
I'll let Jay.
I would say you take it out on that guy over there on the other side.
oh yeah.
Before I say what I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
I'll let you talk.
Take it out on him. Yeah, on the opposite side of Quack. Yeah.
So I've watched that. I've gone back and rewatched that match a couple times. I'll speak on each individual promo with DB. I can see where Bones is coming from, but I also think that was better than the promo that I originally got a 100 on. And I feel like all 100s have to be graded against each other. It's impossible not to do that. I think that was better than the promo that DB got a 100 on. So it does feel I can, after rewatching it, I can see where like and I feel like if DB got 10 more seconds, he probably would have got a 100. But I think that was probably outside of the Council of DBs, which was drastically underscored. That may have been DB's best promo that no, there's still the how to promo against Trevor. So I don't know. That was a top 3 DB
like
promo.
if there were points in the judging system, he would have gotten like a 9.99. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I believe.
For Trevor's promo, that was the promo I think won. That was the promo I think was the best of the 4. I'll say that. Trevor was the wild card coming in. You never know how much anybody's watching the product, and I said all three of us. I think all three of us are very easy to mimic. Now I can't do DB's voice, but I do. I never had a one-on-one, but
I know you
spoiler,
could.
that would have been my plan.
I know you
Um,
could. Not gonna lie, I had I told Trevor the same thing. Like I was thinking of doing the same thing, like literally the same thing, where I was going to be where you guys were, like your locations and replicate. So I think we were on that wavelength.
Yeah, I think he got me easy, but I also don't think I'm not hard to impersonate. So I know that, which is why most people could do it and probably not do that well. So I'm not hard to impersonate. Bobby's not necessarily hard to impersonate. DB was the hardest one to get of the three of us. So, and it was creative because like he said, he addressed things in ways that we would talk while not necessarily things that we would say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his own perspective on what he thinks. And the way I perceived it, that's his perspective on what he thinks we would say to one another. And it was all valid stuff. Bobby's promo was very reminiscent of his promo against AT, the second one. No, they only have the one match. It was very reminiscent in the delivery. And I think if they had a longer program, which I think they should have, then that probably would have been my favorite of the four.
Gas was hard.
Gas is probably why you didn't get one-on-one, so blame Gas.
Gas is probably why you didn't get one-on-one.
Well, you gotta sound like you drunk.
Yeah. You gotta
talk.
not make fucking sense at all.
And just say, motherfucker.
You have to sound like there's a gas leak in the room.
You also gotta have a
In
New Orleans accent.
New Orleans.
If Bobby had a longer program with AT, that would have felt like a perfect encapsulation. That's the only reason it was still 100% earned the 100. That's the only reason why I don't think it was better than Trevor's, because it would have hit the whole heart and soul of BWO, and that would have been like, boom, perfect.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
General manager of WGP.
Yes.
And my promo was I had been wanting to do that for a long time. I'd been wanting to do a Negan promo because that was me kind of hearkening back to what worked, I think, best. And like I was telling Quack, like some of the stuff, like that was not easy. It was a fucking thunderstorm outside. That thunder and that rain, all that sound, that was real shit. That was not, I did not add that in there. There was a huge fucking thunderclap in the middle of it that I had to turn down because it was louder than me talking. And I had to go and find that fucking episode and watch that scene multiple times to try and get it without out. I had to reshoot it twice because I realized I was talking too much like Negan, which wasn't necessarily how I talk and how I sound. And my big thing for that, yes, I didn't say anything about DB. I didn't say anything about Bobby. I didn't say anything about Trevor. That was all geared towards me. I started it off with it's only me.
Mm-hmm.
I got a story that I'm trying to tell. Yeah, I liked my promo though. I DB's note I think would have definitely made it better. But yeah, no, I was proud of the promo. And I wanted to say this one thing. Last episode of this little child just ran away. I was about to address his ass too. Bring your ass back in here, Bobby. I gotta go. Last episode of the Promo Observer, Bobby said, if I do that shit at Promomania where I focus on one person and not everybody equally, I would lose. I did 5 minutes talking to only me.
I mean, you did lose though.
I got a perfect score. Talking to only me.
Oh God.
It's Bobby's bedtime. Bobby was wearing Bobby wearing one of his kids' shirts right now.
Yeah.
It's cutting off his circulation. He started getting sleepy. Yeah, the for me, and the other part before I go, the other part that was me also trying to tie off my my last loss in the BWO, and I feel like that's only a BWO fan thing.
Yeah.
If you watch my last match, the last time I lost in the BWO, which about two years ago, was in a match against Bobby, where it was me talking to me. That's the whole promo. I'm not addressing Bobby. It's me having a face-to-face with me, and that was to tie off that, because that was the match where I started slowly edging away from Jay the Menace and became Jay the Ace. So that was my tying off that. Because in BWO, we pay attention to stories.
You would like to think so, but I'm not going to say anymore.
Oh, shit.
Well, compared to one of the other places that scrolls on your computer screen.
I pay attention. I'm the only one that watches, so.
Well, any final thoughts here? I mean, I thought it was a great A show.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll say this, then I got to go, if that's good.
Go ahead. Oh, Bobby's popping back on.
Did you hear what I had to say, Bobby?
No, but as soon as you started talking about thunderstorms, so there's a thunderstorm where I'm at right now, and it knocked out the power for like a split second, and my Wi-Fi still hasn't made it back on.
Okay.
So I had
Last
to
episode of
transfer
Promo Observer, you said if I spent an entire promo not focusing on everybody equally, I would lose. And I talked to just myself and nobody else and got a 100. I just wanted to
Technically, you still addressed us. It was just...
I mentioned y'all by name once at the end.
It was still talking about us, but not really talking about us. It was layered. That's why.
Everything I said was all stuff about me. I wrote it.
But it was layered. It was meant to give us the impression that you were talking about us. So it's different.
You see what Trevor said? Trevor said you need a thunder buddy. I'll say this though before I go. Yes, that Bobby be mad as hell when he got to fold his t-shirts.
Okay.
And he's
I think this was the best promo mania that we've had. Our main event. I don't think not. I said this a few weeks ago. Nobody else in the fucking promoverse could do that match. Could do better than that match. That's not possible.
Nowhere close.
If you took the four of us and put us in another company, that match would not be as good.
Yeah.
No Foundation. They got their little bullshit coming up. WGB's got their shit coming up. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody could top that. It will never be done. You just watched the best match in promoverse history.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I'm just being real.
She
I don't think. Yeah.
She's smart.
Smart.
She's smart.
Whatever. So, as far as my promo, I did not like my promo when I was coming up with it.
Yeah,
I had about 3 other ideas until I watched a Captain Planet short on YouTube, and then I thought, I can make that work.
I don't want to leave right in the middle of you talking, but respect, Bobby. That was amazing.
It was good.
All right,
you too, Evie.
For sure. But like, I didn't like my promo at first, and then I happened to watch a Captain Planet short, and it was coming up for time for this promo to be due, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go with that. I like that better than any of the ideas that I was thinking about doing, because I thought about doing other ideas, and then the more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, this ain't going to hit like I think it's going to hit. I may save that for somebody else in a different time, but
let me tell you, I live
this match has this match has expectations, so I'm like, this ain't gonna work for that. I'd have messed around and been the only one that got a 92 or something if I did any of those other ideas. But I came up with that, and I still was like, I really didn't like it, but I'm like, at least with this one, I can sell the shit out of it. Yeah. If I get this editing just right, and I almost didn't. I didn't do what I originally wanted to do, but if I can get this editing just right, and I'm going to sell the fuck out and the everlasting shit out of my words, I think I can do something. By the time I got it together, I'm like, okay, this do hit. I'm not going to lie. But respect to everybody else in that match, though. No disrespect to any of the other promos. Like I said, greatest, like y'all said, the greatest match of all time. as I was uploading the matches and I was looking at them, Trevor's did scare me the most out of anybody else's match. When I watched DB's and when I watched Jay's, I'm like, okay, I think I can beat this. Trevor's is kind of like it depends on how the judges take it.
Exactly.
Because this promo can beat me. When I was looking at it, I was thought, I'm like, this might be the one right here. But luckily, I got 100 too, and that's what I needed because Trevor got his 100.
That's the conundrum that is Trevor Robinson. Let me tell you, it's just like you have to either come up with something so left field that it kind of counteracts his left field, or you just got to go right down to the heart and just hit people right in their soul where they understand yours like fully, so it can counteract that. Trevor is so tough. Like, he makes you think so far ahead. Like,
exactly. Think about the 3 times that I faced Trevor, not including the foundation one, but think of the 3 times in the BWO that I faced Trevor. The first time I had to go work shoot to win. The second time I had to do fuck Trev, which I think is my best promo. It's my it's my cream of the crop when it comes to my promos. And then this one, I always have to do that when I go to Trev. Otherwise, I'm going to lose. I mean, out of character, it is what it is. Trevor's that good.
Yeah, Trevor Robinson's School of the Promo, like, that's the greatest thing I've ever done. And I will never fly that close to the sun like that ever again. Like, I don't know if you've seen that.
You should have, maybe. I'm ready for you, sir. You're not going to catch me. You're not going to catch me. You're not going to catch me slipping. I'm ready for you.
Yeah, so, no, I definitely thought Bobby had that promo thought out for months in advance. Like, it was just that good. Oh, I'm not talking about. I was saying Bobby had that promo months in advance laid out because that didn't make no sense for him to bring everything around full circle and then throw the heart in there talking about Captain Planet. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it was some Avatar.
I promise I wrote that about a week before due date. I swear.
When I say that was left field as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this son of a bitch. Like left field. I was like, I just did not even see it.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
I appreciate you.
Look, I'm going to get 100 next time I face Bobby. Look,
you got to do it, man.
Go for it.
You have to sometimes. You have to go
for it, man.
Bobby.
There's no ingredient.
I love that I bring that out. I love that I bring that out in folks. We've talked about that before on the Observer. I love that I bring that out in folks. So bring it. Because I'm not going to make an easy to beat promo ever.
Yeah.
So, Mr. GM, when is the next show?
Oh, man. I believe the next show is Royal Brutality, if I'm correct.
Ooh.
That is going to knight the new King of the Mic. It will be my 1-year conclusion of my reign as King of the Mic. And, hey, we have a stacked field. It's going to be real good. And hopefully we have maybe more than one GOP representative in case, Bobby, did we strike that down in the council or?
I think it's only one GOP rep.
It's worth a shot. All right. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a stacked field, and it's going to be great matches to look at. Royal Brutality. You already know what it is.
Yeah. Which that was another note. We just realized the Royal Brutalities are the top 2 most watched videos on.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah,
out the blue.
Field, like
I had it ranked the top of on the Quacky Awards. That was my show last year.
It was a good one.
That was a great.
It wasn't even that one. It's like one from like 2022. It's like a random Royal Brutality. It has like over 2,000 views. We ain't got in no other. I don't think no other video was over 200.
Yeah.
Somebody been watching it though.
A lot of people have been watching it. But yes, I've declared myself in the King of the Microphone, King of the Mic tournament, and yeah, it's going to be a done deal.
You got 2 people in the tournament who claimed they're kings but haven't been King of the Mic yet. So
it's time.
It's going to be very interesting.
Maybe they face off in the finals. Who knows?
That would be interesting.
We'll see how that work out.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Dr. Quack. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, DB. Thank you, Don Krypton. And thank you, JD Menace over there. Definitely.
And Bones.
And Bones. Don't forget Bones.
And Bones.
Bones jumped in. See you next time.